guys, I am at the Mecca store this morning getting a little makeup touch up. I got a tour of the store and then we're gonna go on site and interview people and shoot some content. Right now I'm actually wearing this brand called Violet FR. I didn't know that they carried here, but then I was in the store in Sydney last week and they had it. This stuff you cannot get in person in the US. You have to order it online and every single shade is always sold out because it will go viral on TikTok again and again and again. Really beautiful sheer matte lipsticks. And I'm obsessed with them. I literally bought in every single shade. Lighting, oh my god, I look so tired though. I was like doing my new face this morning, like splashing on cold water.
Your skin looks amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So how long are you down here for?
Until my boyfriend loses.
Oh, yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, let's do some setting spray and then you'll be good to go.
Any fans that are on the grounds can come by here and they basically have like a full mini Mecca store and all of these little booths where you can come and sit. They have makeup touch-ups, you can come get your hair touched up. Okay, so I'm at the top court area. This is across the bridge, kind of in like the back corner of the grounds. They have so many really fun activations here. They've got padel, they've got table tennis. This stage right here throughout the entire tournament from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. has an entire program of live music, DJs, podcasts, live podcasts that people can come watch. And then they have an Oakberry, which is my favorite acai place. It's really a cool spot to come and hang out. And then the Mecca is also back there. Just got home, hotel home. Had a really good morning. Their team's super fun and the little pop-up that they did is so cool. But I'm just about to head out to a Bondi Sands lunch. So Bondi Sands has been the official sunscreen partner of the Australian Open. They're back this year. They have a lot of Bondi Sands branding all around the site. They have these misters all over site that just blows water onto people. But they do lots of fun stuff up here in Melbourne, including this lunch every year. Today I'm actually wearing this dress from Odd News, which is London-based. Other outfits for the week are all Australian brands. This is the one and only one that is not Australian. I had to wear white today. They have a white dress code for the event, and this was like the only white thing that I had with me. This is where me and I met last year. Oh yeah, what happened? Taylor would order dinner right before we're about to leave for dinner.
No, it's supposed to be a late lunch.
Going to a dinner for Taylor's sponsor tonight, Boss. I'm not wearing Boss, but he's wearing Boss. I think it looks better unbuttoned.
Nah, I think it's better like this one.
He asks for my advice and then doesn't take my advice. Vlog appropriate. No, you're doing it. You have to turn it the other way. We're doing breathwork. Something good for the soul? Sarah and I came to a breathwork class this morning, and it's in the exhibit where they usually have the virtual Van Gogh paintings, and it's beautiful.
And then start with our mouth, and then we're going to go into gentle breaths. There's going to be a long intro with the intention of getting you out of your head and into this experience. So keeping the breath really gentle to begin.
1 hour later.
Sarah, what was
It's good tears.
Anyways, love the class.
Friends I can't lose.
This is my 5th Australian Open, which is kind of crazy. It was the first Grand Slam that I ever went to. The first year that we came here, it was post 2020 craziness and Australia was very, very strict. So I actually had to do a 14-day quarantine in a hotel. And then the city was open, but there was an outbreak. So in the middle of Taylor's, oh my gosh, what was it? 3rd round, 4th round, one of his later matches, he was playing Novak and the curfew for the city was put in place to start at 12 a.m. So in the middle of this match, which I think ended up going 5 sets. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to hear it. They cleared out the entire stadium. It was on Rod Laver, which is the main court here. They took maybe 20 minutes right in the middle of the match to clear out every single fan that was in that stadium. So it went from this insane, loud Australian atmosphere. If you guys don't know, Australian fans are nuts, to a completely empty arena with only Taylor's player box and Novak's player box. Taylor did end up losing that match, but my God, what a bizarre experience and what a bizarre time in the world. Every Australian Open since has been much more normal and a whole lot more fun. These Australia vlogs are definitely some of my favorite to make. So I'm really excited to be back and to be vlogging Australian Open and my week. I honestly have had a very difficult and sad couple of days. Taylor and I have a home in Los Angeles, and with everything that's going on and being here while everything is going on, it's been really hard for both of us. So it's quite strange and isolating being here where, you know, to everyone else here, it's just news and we're so far away from it. But to us, it's our lives and it's our friends and our family. And we're in the process of figuring out how we can help from all the way over here. So the tournament is about to begin. I actually forgot that they start Australian Open on Sunday here. They start the tournament here on Sunday because the weather in Melbourne in summer is all over the place. Sometimes it can be so beautiful. You guys probably remember this from my past vlogs or if you've been to Australian Open. And some days it can be so cold and rainy, and some days it can be everything, all of that in between. So because there's so many matches the first 3 days with first round, now they're splitting it up into 3 days, which is quite smart so they don't get super behind on schedule. It is a beautiful day out in Melbourne today. This is the view from our room. I'll give you guys a little hotel room tour, but there's the city of Melbourne. Okay, we'll do a little room tour. Here's the entrance, and then it has basically a full kitchen here. I've got all my supplements. I decided to become committed to supplements in 2025. The oranges here are really good right now. And we've got a little kitchen bar, and another thing that I do to make it feel more homey is I will bring candles from home or get candles here to make it not smell like a hotel. I have this huge TV, which will be very nice to watch tennis. Taylor and I never really watch other people's matches unless it's a Grand Slam, but when we're here, we have the tennis on pretty much 24/7 once the tournament starts. Then you come back here. Here's our little bedroom. Oh, don't know how we got back there. Gus matches the bedding. This is my new jelly cat. He just looked like a Gus to me. Also, we'll watch tennis on there before bed. And this is my favorite part, is there's actually a walk-in closet, which I never have in hotel rooms. So I've got all my outfits. And then as soon as I get in, I will unpack all of Taylor's stuff. So that's all of his practice clothes. And then his match clothes are down there. He's wearing purple this week, which I'm very excited about. Then over here, I've just got all my accessories laid out. Got the credential heels that I packed for the week and my more comfy shoes. And then I've just got like workout clothes and then all of my random stuff and camera equipment down there. Last but not least, here's the very messy bathroom that I've clearly taken real estate over. Taylor's toiletries are in there and I make him put them back in there because I don't want them on the counter. But then I'm like,
Look worried.
I'm a little stressed. Since oysters in the US have norovirus, we are getting our fill of oysters while we're here in Australia. Every time that I come here, I probably eat like 150 oysters over the month. Cheers.
Lola just woke up. Hi, baby.
Clap if Is this worse than childbirth?
Well, I had a cesarean. Great. So the lady goes to the institute.
Oh, no, I can't. I'm done.
Is it done? Yeah, it's done.
Ah, fuck, it's hot.
Yeah.
Ooh. first round match day, he is playing Brooksby, who is another American who has not been on tour for a bit. And I actually got tagged in a TikTok this week from another creator, and she was talking about how Brooksby's first name is Jensen, and he's named after Jensen Button, who is a very famous retired F1 driver, and I'm actually friends with his wife. So I texted her this morning. I was like, oh, small world. Everything is so weirdly connected. I absolutely love going to matches here. I just think the energy of Australian crowds is usually very fun. I'm going to head to site. I'm probably gonna get there like 10 minutes before the match starts. We're kind of close to Taylor just won first round match, much easier than first round last year. He played very well, and now Tully wants a drink. Go walk around the grounds a little bit, but good start to the tournament. You guys have probably heard of the Honeydews, which is the very famous drink of US Open. This year they're starting the Lemon Ace, which I guess comes in a can. They might have a cocktail version of it that's not in a can. It's very sweet. Very sweet, but I feel like it could get you a little bit pissy if you had more than one. What does that mean? Pissy, like drunk. Pissed. Aussie slang. And then Sarah got beer.
No, it's not beer.
Isn't it?
It's a Canadian drink.
A bogan drink. Is it good?
A redneck drink. Yeah.
It is good. Canadian club.
Do you want to taste it?
No. It's Taylor's favorite restaurant.
So good. Oh, that's hot as fuck.
Dude. Feel good?
I feel the alcohol oozing out of my skin.
Oh no. All right guys, it is round 2 today. It's kind of chilly out today. It's like 70, but it feels like 51 because there's a little bit of a chill. And honestly, the biggest thing that I've learned about Melbourne is if it's not boiling hot, bring a jacket, because if there's a slight breeze, it's cold. So I bring in my big bag so I can just roll up my jacket inside of it. He's playing on Margaret Court, which is, I think, the second biggest court at the tournament that I don't think he played on last year at all. The grounds have been so busy. I think this weekend on site is going to be absolutely nuts on like probably Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is good. It's definitely like the cool thing to do here. So busy here. Sydney girls are here. Mia's on a business call, sitting in the grass because there's literally nowhere else to sit on the site because it's so busy.
Zoopy zoopy zoo.
Why do you keep singing that? Zoopy zoopy. Yeah.
Because my bazoo bomb. Oh, this is my new favorite. Yeah.
I thought she was going zoopy zoopy zoopy.
I am. Sleepy night night. Taylor has one major superstition.
If you win a set of 6-0 over someone you're not supposed to really 6-0, which is most people, considering like professional tennis, you're hurting your chances in the next set for sure.
Why?
Because the person like loosens up like a lot because they're like, I just got beat 6-0, can't possibly get worse than this. And then you get you tighten up a little bit because you're like, I just won 6-0, can't possibly get better than this. But if you beat someone like 6-2, and like maybe they win those 2 games at the end of the set, they'll like think what they're doing is working. They'll be like, okay, maybe it's not that bad, and then they'll go do the same thing the next set.
So it's all psychological.
Yes, it's fully psychological.
You were up 5-0.
Yes.
In the second set.
Yes.
And then you full tanked the last game.
I wouldn't say I full tanked it.
Okay.
But I didn't give my best effort.
Hit 2 ridiculous returns.
Yeah, but they could have gone in. They would both. Those
and then
returns would have been a really cool thing.
And then the 1 point that you won, he double faulted, so that was completely out of your control. Yeah. He told me this earlier, and this was crazy to me, that like all of this is going through his head while they're in the middle of the match playing.
Well, yes, the more important thing about it, why I had to do it here, was because he was on the side with the wind helping. It was so much easier for both of us to, like, all the games he won were on that side, and then it was much easier for me playing on that side as well. You have the wind helping you, more pace on your serve, everything. Your ball's going through the court more. You're 2 games from ball change. So if I were to break him on that game for 6-0, we come back to start the third. I'm serving my last service game before ball change, so balls are like big. It's going to be the toughest game for me to hold serve, and I'd be against the wind. So it's the toughest, it would be by far the toughest game for me to hold serve the whole match. I'm against the wind and right before ball change. So I'd rather play that game at 5-1 when he doesn't really care. And even if I do get broken, then whatever, I'll new balls will switch, I'll hold serve anyways. But he doesn't really care about that 5-1 game that I'll serve with dead balls into the wind. I'll probably still hold, then 6-1, then we'll switch sides and we'll get to start the third set with him on the last game before ball change. So he'll have to serve into the wind with worn out balls to start the third, so I can give myself the best opportunity to start the third set with a break. That's the reason why I did it, so I could set up to start the third set in the best spot for me to start the third set, where I'm probably going to break him because I'm with wind and he has worn out balls. That's what's going on in my head. Everything that I predicted to happen happened. The game that I held at 5-1 was like the tightest service game I had the whole match. It was the closest I was getting broken the whole match was that 5-1 game, which if I would have broken him and not 6-0'd him, that would have been the first game of the third set. And then the actual first game of the third set, broke him.
After all of his matches, we have debriefs like that, and I have to be able to follow along to what he's explaining.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't expect a lot of people, even with an understanding of tennis, though, to, like, get what I'm saying right there. I mean, I guess you don't because you don't play, but, like, people that, like, really play.
I do. There's nothing Taylor hates more than playing in the wind.
Yeah.
Even though he's good at playing in the wind.
But people don't understand how big of a difference is.
I'm exhausted. Taylor woke me up. What time do you go to?
I don't know how I, like, actually
Taylor,
woke you up. I had to pee at, like, 5.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Night before matches, he drinks a ton of water, especially here where sometimes it can be really hot, and he's up all night to pee. So he woke up at 5 a.m. to go pee, and then it woke me up, and then of course he goes back to sleep and snoring in 2 minutes, and then I was wide awake, so I slept for like 4 hours.
You've been waking me up at like 7 though, like realistically.
No.
I don't think it's a coincidence that every time I wake up, like, you're in the bathroom. Like, that can't be a coincidence.
I feel like every time I crawl into bed this week, I fall asleep in 2 seconds. I've been applying sunscreen like a maniac, and I have to put it on my hairline because I don't like wearing hats. Everyone here is so tan. I don't want to be pale, so I'm going to self-tan tonight. This is the Emerald Olive Tone from Bondi Sands, their Technicolor line. Basically, you do this online quiz, and then it will tell you your right shade. This one has more of an olive tone, which I prefer the olive tones over the violet tones. It just kind of gives you a different tan, but I'm gonna do this before I go to sleep. This is actually their 1 hour express formula, which is super nice if you don't want to sleep in it. Honestly, my favorite thing about this is the mitt that they have for this collection. I don't like the mitts that are just kind of the round. I love when they have the thumb, and it just feels so much nicer. I feel like you get a better tan. Snooze your alarm 5 minutes. Anyways, we're nice and tan. Best feeling in the world. Thank you. In past years, after his matches, I always hang out on the site of Australian Open because it's really fun. They have a bunch of really amazing food options. They have bars you can go to and Aperol pop-ups, but it's Saturday today and the site has been so busy, and I've actually found myself getting extremely anxious his last few matches because of how busy it is. I do not do music festivals. I don't do concerts anywhere where there's a really big crowd of people or it's loud. I get like sensory issues and I get really overwhelmed and have panic attacks, and tennis usually is perfect for me because it's normally quiet. I haven't really been hanging out on site at all the way that I have in past years, which kind of sucks. So I'm going early because if you go before like 11:30, it's much more calm. So Taylor is playing Monfils today, who's French. She's been on the tour for a long time, and he just won a title in New Zealand and then won his first 2 matches here, and he's playing very, very well. Every year that I come to Melbourne, I get a new camera. So the one that I'm filming on right now, which is the Sony ZV-E10, I got here last year. And then I have been seeing this everywhere on TikTok. It's called the DJI Osmo. It's this little teeny tiny camera that shoots in 4K, and I've heard that it's really good for travel vlogging and stuff because it's so compact. You can kind of like obscurely film things instead of, you know, having your big camera out vlogging. It's just like this little baby camera. So it's really cute. It shoots horizontal and vertical, and then this is a little built-in gimbal, so the shots are really smooth and you can do sort of like spinny shots and that sort of thing. I don't know how to use it. I've been watching YouTube tutorials and we're just gonna kind of figure it out. Jay, he is shooting video content for Taylor and I for this week, and he's based in Melbourne and he is amazing. So anyone in Melbourne who ever needs video content, we're getting breakfast this morning. I'm trying Hank's Bagelry, which
it's good. It's my favorite.
He says he goes to it every week in Melbourne, so we're trying that. This little restaurant is in the new Grey Goose activation area, and this is the courtside bar, so that's actually a tennis court right there, and people can come up to the bar. It's very loud. This is probably the noisiest, most energetic, crazy court. I think Taylor would probably hate playing here. Back from the match, I ordered fishbowl. I am addicted to this place. It's like these warm bowls and salads. Anyways, Taylor got knocked out of the Australian Open today by Monfils. Unplayable. He was so good. So respect to him. Like, he literally did not miss a ball. Taylor lost in 4 sets. I'm really sad for him because he was playing really well, and I know he loves playing here and did so well here last year, but sometimes you go into a match with a player and there's just not much that you can do, and that's what happened today. So I don't know if we're gonna go back to LA tomorrow or maybe chill tomorrow and go on Monday. I'm sad our time in Melbourne got cut short. It happens sometimes, and I'm really glad that I got to spend a couple of weeks in my favorite place in Australia. But alas, it is time to go home, and I'm honestly kind of homesick right now, especially with all the craziness going on, and we get to go home to a TikTok ban and a Trump inauguration, so